Well, hello, Allie.
Hi.
We just finished observing your lesson, and I just want to talk to you after you did the lesson and see how it went, okay? So how do you think that your lesson went?
I think it went well for the most part. They really enjoyed it. All the kids were really engaged, just because having M&Ms is a big motivator for the students. And most of them grasped the concept of simple probability finding and probability of a simple event. So
Great. So how do you think from this step on you'll use your students' performance in the next steps of your instruction?
well, I did in the guided worksheet that I provided them. I did tie in. I know this particular I can't say it was about experimental probability, but I also did tie in theoretical probability. Some of the students got it right away. Some of them didn't. So I'm still going to do theoretical probability as a new lesson in the upcoming days, and now I can tie what they used today in with the new lesson that they're going to be doing in the upcoming days.
Great. So you'll really connect the material to build on it.
Right.
So if you were to teach this lesson again, how do you maybe think that you would change the lesson next time?
Well, I didn't account for the amount of time it would take just to explain the activity and to distribute the M&Ms. I just gave them the bags of M&Ms instead of pre-sorting them. I would probably, next time I think I would definitely pre-sort them. And account more time for, they had a lot of questions, they were eager to get started, so there was a little chaotic to explain it.
Okay. So do you maybe think you learned anything about your teaching style or the way you prepare the lesson?
I definitely need to account for time a little better. I think next time I would say do not ask questions until I'm done explaining the entire activity, because the questions were just being shot at me as I was speaking. I would pre-sort the M&Ms like I said beforehand, so that would just be an organizational skill, having that done beforehand. And as far as for the group work, I think I want to encourage them to help each other more than waiting for me to tell them the answer.
Okay. And do you think that the students really mastered your I can't statement or your objective?
Yeah, definitely. I think they have a good grasp on experimental probability and finding probability of simple events.
Okay. Well, I really think that was a great lesson that I saw. Do you mind if I give you some feedback?
Oh, no.
Okay, so your I can't statement was very clear to the students. I really, really liked that you had the students repeat the I can't statement. So the students had a clear direction of what they were doing and what was ahead of them. And even at the end of the lesson, the students were able to repeat the I can't statement and elaborate how they mastered the I can't statement. Mm-hmm. So you did a great job doing that. One of my things that I would do, like you said, was to pre-sort the M&Ms, because it seemed to be a time factor of you sorting the handing out the M&Ms per group.
Right.
I really also like that you had the academic specialist working in a group, and the way your room was laid out, the students were able to work in a group so they didn't hear, the group next to them. Yeah. So that was really nice to see that each group was really a task performance. There was multi-steps that they had to achieve instead of, just one question. It was, it was greater than just one question.
Right.
So I really liked that. And I know that you wanted me to look for some behavior issues that you had in your classroom.
Right.
Because I did see there was about 2 main students who were off task, but they did get the other 2 groups off task. Mm-hmm. So I know that you said you're having 2 main problems in your classroom.
Right.
What you could do with those 2 students are start like a behavior notebook with them so they could carry it from home to school. And I think that would be great communication between the parent and yourself. So you could talk on a daily basis instead of maybe only just negative phone calls. Right. And try being like more positive with the student. Be like, hey, even if they wrote their name on the paper, you can be like, hey, Cameron, you did a great job writing your name on the paper. Right. Because sometimes when if it's negative towards the student right away, they just shut down. Mm-hmm. So if you give them something positive, even for something so small, they might be able to work throughout the whole period with the constant reinforcement to the student.
Right, that's a good idea.
So overall, I definitely think this was a great lesson, and I'm looking forward to setting more goals with you for your future lessons as an educator.
Thank you.
All right.